Welcome to Essential Style, my boot collection for going into the year 2024. Let's talk about them. So the first boot we're going to talk about is none other than the Thursday Captain in the whiskey color with the Storm King outsole. I've had these boots for about 3 months and I can honestly say they're probably my favorite shoe, or favorite boot that is, that I currently own. I love the style of it. I like how sleek it is. It's sleek, but it's not too pointy, but it's not too bulbous either. It really is just a perfect boot, especially for someone like me when I want that rugged, durable type of boot, but I also want to be able to dress it up a little bit because I do lean towards the more dressy, more refined end in the way that I dress and just my wardrobe overall. Really enjoy the color of this boot. I really enjoy the cap toe design. I find that it is very comfortable for a boot. The other day I walked 6 miles in it and my feet were absolutely feeling great. My heels did start to get a little bit sore just because I was walking so much. But unless you're wearing a pair of sneakers like a pair of Adidas Ultra Boost, you're not going to get the same level of comfort. But for a boot, for walking around New York City for 6 miles, walking around for a couple of hours, these boots, they definitely do the job. I really enjoyed these boots. I really enjoyed the color as well. Now the cons of these boots is it's still, sometimes you do get a sore heel if you're walking around constantly. You can simply just take a rest. You could take a break, maybe just sit down for a few minutes and your feet are totally fine. Or if you're standing, they're gonna be totally fine. But if you're walking a lot in a pair of boots like this, you may get a sore heel, especially if you're dealing with some heel issues like plantar fasciitis, or if you have any other weird issues. If your heels are sensitive, you might experience some discomfort on those days where you're walking 6 miles. But again, 6 miles is a lot. And the boots do scuff up a little bit, although they don't scuff up too bad. I really like the color of it. This one does have some deeper wrinkles. You can see there are deeper wrinkles right there. I'm not really too into that. So I do wish the quality was a little bit higher. They were definitely a bit stiff. They took a little while to break in. I could feel that they are not as good quality as some of the American-made boots that I have. However, they are less than half the price, so it's not a fair comparison. It's like comparing apples to oranges. And the next boot is going to be the Edmonds Dalton wingtip dress boot in the beautiful dark chili color. These are super comfortable. I wasn't wearing these a whole lot just because I had that leather sole and I always felt like if it was raining, the leather soles are just gonna be torn away. It's gonna be worn away so fast. I did put on these stick-on sole protectors. They're actually doing a pretty decent job. And I have been wearing them a lot more and I have been enjoying them a lot more. I love the color, love the feel, love the style. Negatives of the Dalton wingtip dress boot, it is pretty pricey at $495. It's a $500 boot. So the price is pretty high. Most people don't want to drop $500 on a pair of boots. However, I think they're worth it because you can wear these with a suit. Name me another pair of boots that you can wear with a suit and it'll actually look like a dress shoe. I mean, yeah, you can wear whatever you want with a suit. You can wear a pair of sneakers with a suit. You can wear New Balance sneakers with a suit. Are they gonna look good? No. But these boots are gonna look the part and they're gonna look absolutely awesome. You can wear them with a suit. You can wear them with a polo shirt and a pair of jeans like I'm wearing right now. I've even worn these boots with a flannel on top and a pair of jeans. Dark wash jeans, of course. These boots are super versatile. They are super stylish. They aren't that rugged. You could see they're almost kind of dainty looking, but overall, as long as you're wearing slim jeans, as long as you're not wearing super boot cut jeans or super big wide jeans on the bottom, these boots are gonna look fine. Overall, I really do highly recommend the Edmonds Dalton wingtip dress boot if you can afford it, or just wait till every October. They're probably gonna be on sale for $100 off. Shifting over to the more functional end of things, we're going to talk about the Ecco Track Gore-Tex 25 or the Ecco Track 25 Gore-Tex lining. These boots are great. They're lightweight, they're comfortable, they're waterproof, they're warm, they're breathable. I mean, if you're looking for that one pair of boots that's never gonna let you down, you can wear them in the rain, you can wear them in the snow, you can wear them for long walks. These are gonna be the boots that you should get. Now, living in New York City, I do a lot of my grocery shopping. I do almost all my errands on foot. I don't use my car unless I'm leaving the city and going back to Long Island where I grew up. If it is cold out or rainy or snowy or the weather is basically just not ideal, these are the boots that I reach for. These are almost like my winterized sneaker. In the summertime, I slip on a pair of Adidas if I'm going to the grocery store, if I'm going somewhere to run an errand, drop something off at the post office. I have a 10 or 20 minute walk to most places. But in the wintertime, I can't wear sneakers if it's raining, if it's cold, if it's wet. So these are the boots that I reach for. Cons of the Ecco Track 25. The boot is a bit bulbous. It's a bit bulky right here. Although if you compare it to some other work boots like the Red Wings, the Wolverines, it's actually pretty slim. The one thing that I don't like about this boot is this pull tab right here. It always catches my pants, and I find if this pull tab didn't exist, or if it was a little bit more stuck to the leather, if it was like that, then the pants would just fall over the boot a lot more nice and make it look a lot better. That's my least favorite thing about this boot. It is a bit tricky to condition too, because it's a bit of a multicolor boot. This is a darker brown, this is a lighter brown. You do have some branding right there, but overall branding's pretty minimal. And while I do like the mock toe design, I find a lot of water just pools in right here. It just looks kind of weird. However, my feet have never gotten wet when I'm wearing these boots. Again, the Gore-Tex lining is just absolutely great. These are a bit pricey at $250 for a boot that you can't resole, for a boot that basically you just, once it wears out, you gotta throw it away. They are a bit pricey. However, this polyurethane outsole lasts forever. It is super durable, and people have commented on some of my videos that I've made about this boot saying that they've worn their Eccos for 10, 15, 20 years. There are some people that have said that the soles have been crumbling, but if you ask me, that's probably because they left it in a closet for 10 years, and all of a sudden they say, why are my soles crumbling? You need to give the polyurethane and leather time to breathe, otherwise anything's gonna crack. And if you pay $250 for a pair of shoes or boots, and then 10 years later it actually crumbles or falls apart, I think you got your money's worth. So between the Thursdays, the Allen Edmonds Daltons, and the Ecco Track 25s, those are my most comfortable boots. My feet never really give me any issues at all when I'm wearing them. Now we're gonna get into some of the other boots that I've had for a little bit longer, and we have to talk about what I said was one of my best shoe purchases of all time, the Allen Edmonds Higgins Mill boot. This is the first version they came out with. I think they discontinued it. It is the brown Chrome Excel leather. And I've had this boot since 2015, 2016. So I've had it for about 8 years, reheeled and then resoled once. So I did get one resole and actually came out pretty good. And overall, this boot is great. The day-night sole wears like iron. I used to wear these shoes constantly when I was working in New York City, walking 5, 6, 7, sometimes 10 miles a day. And now I'm not much for a plain toe boot. I'd always pick a cap toe, a mock toe, or a wingtip design. But just something about this boot, this has got to be the nicest plain toe boot that I have ever seen. And I've really enjoyed wearing this boot. It's just super versatile. You can't take it all the way up to a super dressy suit. However, you can take it up to a casual suit. You can wear it with some khaki chinos and a sport coat. But this boot, super versatile, super durable. It has been absolutely great. It's just the highest quality you can get. Cons of this boot. Number one, what I experienced immediately was the boot is very hot. My feet used to overheat all the time in these boots, to the point where I remember when I first got them and I was sitting in my office back in 2016 or 2017, and my feet were so hot, I think I actually started to take them off because my feet were overheating. Now, outside in the winter in New York City, they're fine. You want a pair of shoes or boots that's actually going to be nice and warm. But as soon as you step inside and they have the heat on, that's when these boots actually got way too hot for me. And I was just wearing normal plain Jane cotton socks. I wasn't wearing any wool socks. So that's con number one. Con number two, this has always kind of showed up. However, it's showed up a lot more often lately since I think I'm getting older, and also I'm wearing a lot more comfortable boots, is while the comfort of these boots is very, very good, they're very comfortable, that heel, there's not a lot of give in that heel. And I recently wore these boots a couple of weeks ago, and just walking 2 or 3 miles, I could feel my heel was actually starting to get pretty sore. So remember in the beginning of the video how I talked about I wore these the other day for 6.5 miles, and my heel was getting a little bit sore? Well, all I had to do is wear the Allen Edmonds Higgins Mill for 3 miles, and my heel gets a little bit more sore than these boots. So I can wear the cheaper Thursday boots that are $200 for 6.5 miles before my heels start to hurt. These I can only wear for half the time before my heels start to hurt. So that's a bit of a bummer for me. One of my highest values in wearing a pair of shoes or boots is they have to be comfortable. They can't cause me any pain. Of course, if you're standing and walking and running, I mean, you know, it's a boot, it's not a sneaker. But I just find that this is not as comfortable to me as it used to be when I first got it. And even thinking back, I remember that after a long day of work in the city, my heels did get a bit tender and sore after walking all day. So these boots have been great. I've had them for about 8 years, but honestly, if I had to get rid of a pair of boots, these would probably be it, these exact models. It's been a great run. You have better options for comfort, better options for bad weather, and better options for dressing up. and just better options for walking around. Now, the fifth and final pair of boots that I have in my wardrobe currently is none other than the Edmonds Higgins Mill Chrome XL waterproof version. So I mentioned that the standard version that we just talked about, I mentioned that those look like they're discontinued. It looks like these are the ones that are replacing them. So here is the standard version, Higgins Mill, and here's the waterproof version. The waterproof version I found is a bit of a darker brown. It's a bit more easier to dress up. A couple other nice things I find with the waterproof version is that they don't run as hot. I've worn these in 60 degrees with regular socks and my feet got warm but not hot. So whatever overheating issues that people experience with the standard Higgins Mill, the Chrome XL brown standard version, it seems like they fixed it with this version. And that was a nice surprise because I always thought if they added waterproof or weatherproofing to the boot that was already warm, it's only going to be warmer, right? That was my train of thought. So that was a nice surprise. So they did fix that. And I've got to say, it is nice to be able to have a nice boot that you could actually wear in the rain and snow, and you still have to polish it and condition it and take care of it. But it is nice that if it's raining or snowing and you want to look good, but you don't want to ruin your nice shoes, you don't have to wear something like this. You could actually wear something that's pretty much guaranteed to keep your feet dry and keep your feet warm and keep your feet feeling comfortable. While also, if you roll up to work in your nice dress pants and your nice suit wearing this because it's raining and snowing, you're going to look a lot better than if you wear something like this and then you got to change. So I do really appreciate the Edmonds waterproof Higgins Mill. So the waterproof Higgins Mill I can recommend more than the standard version. If you find an old used pair or an old stock in the standard version, I would say save up a bit more money and get the waterproof version brand new. Wait for a sale. It fixes the overheating that they had in the first version, and it also does look a little bit dressier, a little bit nicer. Now, you still are going to get that heel discomfort if you're walking a lot, or at least that's my experience. So it's not going to be super comfortable, not as comfortable as the Thursdays, the Daltons, or the Eccos that we talked about. However, it is something that is guaranteed to keep your feet dry. So that's my boot collection going into 2024. Now, if I had no boots, which ones would I get first? I would definitely go with the Thursday Captain and the Whiskey Storm King. This would be the first boot that I would get just because it's the most versatile, it's the most comfortable. The only negative with this is if you wear it with a suit, with that lugged outsole, it's going to look a little bit funny. However, it's sleek, it's stylish, it's comfortable, it's affordable, it is awesome. It is like the best boot that I have. This is my favorite boot that I have right now. So this will be the first one since it's also the cheapest here. Now the second pair of boots, it depends on you. Because I value comfort and a lot of times it snows and it rains up here in the Northeast in New York City, I would definitely invest in a pair of waterproof comfortable boots like the Ecco Track Gore-Tex 25 or the Track 25 Gore-Tex. I keep getting that mixed up. Just because when I want something that I don't have to worry about, like winterized sneakers that I can wear in the rain, snow, ice, cold weather, don't have to worry about anything, or if my feet are bothering me, my feet are hurting me, I would invest in something like this. This is $250, so a bit more expensive than the Thursdays, but you're guaranteed to stay warm and dry. And now the third boot I would get, just because it's comfortable and versatile, I would invest in the Edmonds Dalton Wingtip Dress Boot. This is a great boot just because it's comfortable, you can shine it up. It can basically substitute for a pair of dress shoes. And if you get it in a nice color like this, it's going to be super versatile as well. This is definitely a boot that I would get just because it can stand in for a pair of dress shoes in your dress shoe rotation. It's comfortable, it's stylish, and it's probably the most versatile boot that I have here. Boots that I wouldn't get, the Edmonds Higgins Mill. This one is too hot. It's not that comfortable. It's stiff. It's heavy. It's expensive. They don't even make this anymore, so it's not even really an option. The Edmonds Higgins Mill weatherproof boot or waterproof boot, it does breathe better, so this is going to be a better option for wearing in a broader range of temperatures and the broader range of seasons. So I would definitely say that this would be my fourth boot to get, but between the three boots, the three first boots we talked about, these would be the three boots that I recommend. This would be my minimal boot collection if I didn't have any boots right now. The Thursday Captains, the Edmonds Dalton Wingtip Dress Boot, and the Ecco Track 25 Gore-Tex boot. So that's my boot collection for 2024. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.